I want someone to look at me and only see the fucked up shit mistakes I made, and always come to me with that in front of their actions and the way that they are with me. Would I always want that to be, it's like, for me, and the more I uncover and learn and everything. But something happened in this, there's a softening. Isn't that a fucking shit? Just when I couldn't get any softer, the more I leaned into this feeling of anger the past few days. How pliable it is. It's not something fixed in me forever. It's something that I can change. It wants to be changed. My anger is the key to my alchemy. It is the thing that I must transform in myself. What I'm saying is, would I want some my relationships with anybody, my mother or my sister or anyone, in any time that they're dealing with me, in any time, would I want them to come to me, but when they interact with me, with a whole shield of things about me, all of my mistakes at the forefront, so when they respond to me, they're not responding to me in the moment, they're responding to the hurts that I've caused them. Would I want that? Would I be able to even bear that? And every single person I hurt, and people that I still am around, in every single instance of that, would I be able to have that, to be treated like that? Believe that it was fair, and would I, like, what would be my feeling in that moment? I would probably be confused, like, why are you like this to me for something I did? If one instance of something I did, and their reaction was for the thing that I did, and for a compounded interest of things that I did along the way in my lifetime, then that reaction is going to have a little bit more fuel than it would if it was just in that instance. If everybody held on to the stuff that I did the way that I hold on to the stuff that was done to me. I wouldn't want people to relate to me like that. But that's how I relate to people. That's how because I'm holding on, or I'm not even holding on, but I guess. Because I don't think anybody has any... what's going to lead my life? I have to make a choice. What's going to lead my life? To allow myself to feel how I'm feeling in every moment and not be shamed by it. Am I going to allow myself to forgive everyone for everything they've ever done to me? That's the kind of shit that I gotta do. It's just that big, and it's just that easy, and it's just that hard. It's just that simple, and it's just that complex. It's about accept. To keep in mind all the times that someone did me wrong. To think about something that they did that brought me joy. And I think through that, I can truly learn to forgive. We're all just people with our traumas and hurts. My parents couldn't be for me what I needed, but I can do that for myself now. I'm not a little kid, defenseless and vulnerable. I'm a grown-ass woman. I can do this. I can do that for myself now. I don't want to walk away from my family. Sometimes you can isolate yourself so hard that the connections you have with others seem far away. Does that make any sense? I have isolated myself so hard. And what I'm realizing is that I went a little bit too far. And I have almost cut myself off. People that I care about. I thought isolation was good, and it was good. It was good. When it was good. But now I feel like it's become another defense mechanism. And it's pushing away people. It's like when you're hurt real bad, by people who really, you care about, and people that are supposed to love you, when you're hurt by your family, that's deep stuff. That's real deep. It's hard not to take it in and make it about what's wrong with you. You know what I mean? It's hard not to let that filter in, you know, it's hard not to be shaped by it. Almost like you need to, anyways, when you're hurt real bad, it's almost like, for me, whether it was intentional or non-intentional, I just cleared the decks of everybody. And I was like, I'm gonna see what grows back here, because everything's gotta go. Because I don't know, everything has to go so that I can sort this out without all of that. And I did that. And some friendships and relationships didn't grow back. They just didn't. Some people just left. I'm not even taking that on. Not all of that was me either. I mean, some people were just dicks, you know, and I wasn't at the place to handle the shit right. So I just went, you know, I was just said mean stuff too. But anyway, so this shit doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but I love my family. If I can't forgive my family, how can I expect anybody to ever forgive me for anything? I've tried so many times in different ways and different realizations about forgiveness, even to understand that when a hurt person hurts another, so to have compassion even for the person that hurt you and understand that they're hurting, and then switching yourself from a victim mentality but the little kid inside that was hurt doesn't care about adult rationalizations. The little kid inside is upset and hurt and waiting for someone to stand up for it. I don't know what this life is anymore. It's just one crazy long journey. I just got to a point in my life where I was like, hard right. I'm just going to keep driving until I don't recognize anything. And that's what I did. That's what I did. I don't even recognize myself sometimes. Really. Things were getting way too hard, overwhelming, and I just got to the point where I hit the brakes and just went off on my own. Enough. I've had enough of everybody. And that was like 6 years ago. Just thinking, look, I don't want to, there's a difference between, well, I don't know, I guess, we all hurt somebody. Do I think that my parents purposely sat there and did things on purpose to hurt me? I mean, maybe sometimes. But then I think, in those times that they were being hurtful, were they just hurting and not knowing how to cope with their hurt? So the best that they could do was whatever their reaction was at the time. And wouldn't that then be me shaming them for a feeling? I know it's a little bit, I could walk around and tell the story of being a scapegoat, or I can just pull myself out of this paradigm of pain. And the more that I watch these videos, different psychologists and therapists, the more it helps me to understand. But at the same time, when I'm understanding myself and the things I've gone through, the more I learn, it does upset me. But at the same time, because I naturally look at things from all angles, I see it from other people's perspectives. And I try to understand them. The more I understand myself, the more I try to understand them and have compassion. And it feels weird to coddle yourself like that, because for someone like me, who has had no choice in life but to be resilient and strong and just plow through whatever, it feels a little odd to be like, there, Jen. It feels a little odd to give myself compassion. And there's even parts of me that feel I don't deserve it for myself. There's still parts of me that just don't forgive me, or there's still parts of me that just don't feel loved by me. And saying that you love yourself is a really fucking weird thing to say. I don't know, it's just weird to me. Oh, self-love and all this stuff, but self-love isn't oh man, I just love myself, I'm just so perfect, I love myself. It's not that. It's this intimate knowing of yourself. It's that intimate knowing of yourself is almost like sitting across the table from your best friend in the whole world. But this best friend is even more closer to you than anybody, has seen every experience you've ever experienced from the time you were born, knows everything about you, knows everything you've been through from your own perspective. It is you. It's like having that kind of deep connection and understanding and awareness of yourself, that and embracing all of yourself. And loving yourself is not just It's not, I mean, it is, but what is, if you think about how you love someone else, how I love my cat, how I love Patches is I wake up every morning, and even though I feel like sleeping, I get up and feed her because she needs to be fed. I don't really go away too far on vacations because I love my cat and I don't want her to worry and be alone. I do things to take care of her and make sure that she's taken care of and that she is, I look after her. And is that take into consideration the well-being of my cat. Loving yourself is like that. That's what loving yourself is. It's taking care of your own well-being. Physically, emotionally, mentally. It's making the choices that are good for you. It's not a thing about being selfish, like only taking yourself into consideration, but sometimes you have to be a little bit selfish. But it's just including yourself in the love that you have for life and for others and for everything. When you think about love, are you part of the equation of your own of that? Are you part of the whole cycle of life and in your own viewpoint, in the way that you love others or the way that you feel love? Is that something that you can give to yourself? The way that you give it to others? Can you take care of yourself and look out for you the way that others would, or how you would want others to? That's self-love. That's being your own very best friend and confidant and sidekick and buddy and doing stuff for yourself that a friend would do for you. Man, I feel like I've lived 75 lifetimes in this one lifetime. People hurt me, and somehow my inner child, or whatever this anger wants to be healed. It wants to be acknowledged, that just the feeling, the validated. It wants to be validated, I guess. So I'm never gonna get rid of it by trying to give it back to the people that hurt me. Like, you can't just return this shit to sender. You know what I mean? It's mine now. The anger is mine to deal with. Because the stuff that it's my responsibility. I can't just get angry at people who've hurt me and think that that's going to take away my anger. I can't transfer it back onto them. You know what I mean? Just creating a cycle of more hurt, because now I'm angry and now I hurt them. And that doesn't take away my pain. In fact, it causes more pain to me. It causes me to be more angry, except now I'm not angry at them, now I'm angry at myself. So now I have more anger. It just multiplies itself. It doesn't release itself anywhere. when it's taken out on another person.